morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Chopping It Up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Hey, listen, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to you guys for constantly watching me, sending me quotes, tagging me on sporting events, keeping me abreast. You know, sometimes some of my thoughts and ideas are not just from me; it's from you guys. So I just want to thank y'all for your continuous support and your love. And as we kick off this New Year's Eve weekend, I'm sure we all got a lot of plans, and we're all going to have a lot of resolutions going into next year. But the one thing that I think we can all benefit from in this holiday weekend is having a safe weekend. Uh, please be safe out there. It's not about you always that can cause harm. It could be the surrounding company or the surrounding strangers that can make it difficult or different for you. So just be careful out there. Enjoy yourself. Have a blessed weekend. Have a safe weekend. And any resolutions that you have for the upcoming year, I hope you prosper with it and you're able to carry it out. And that goes for myself. All right. One of my resolutions this year is to come stronger and better with chopping it up with Ramel. But I have other resolutions, but this is just going to be one of them. So let's get started. Listen, we're going to kick off in college football. All right. We haven't talked about college football in a while, and there's been quite a few bowl games that's been taking place today. I mean, this past couple of days. But it's starting to get down to the nitty-gritty today. There's two bowl games on today that I'm pretty interested in. One of them is Georgia. They're playing today. They're playing in the Auto Liberty Zone Bowl. Should be a fun game to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. But then again, at 8 o'clock tonight, you got the Capital One Orange Bowl, and that's going to be with Michigan playing Florida State. It should be an easy game for Michigan, I think. I think they're a better team by far, but Florida State is going to come to play. Should be a good game. Should be a good tune-up for what lies ahead tomorrow as the Final Four start their playoff run. You have at 3 o'clock, you have Alabama taking on the number 4 seed. Well, let me put it this way. The number 1 seed, Alabama, taking on the number 4 seed, Washington. And then followed by that, you have the number 2 seed and Clemson taking on the number 3 seed in Ohio State. It should be exciting. Guys, I'm going to tell you this. I like the matchup of Alabama and Ohio State for all the marbles. That's what I like. And I'm going with Ohio State over Alabama. I just think Ohio State is going to do it. I think that Urban Meyer is a better head coach than Nick Saban. I think that if the talent was equal, I think Urban Myers will have the same success as Nick Saban, if not more. And I think if they played on less talented teams, I think Urban Meyer will get the most of his players than Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban is one heck of a coach. I think he's probably the college football's best recruiter. I think that he's the John Calipari of football. If you're a top flight player out there, especially in the Southeast, you're going to Alabama. It's just that simple. You're going to Alabama. I think that if football was one and done, as it is in basketball, Nick Saban would not have as many championships. And I think that's what's holding Calipari back from not having as many championships, is because that's a one and done program. College football is not. College football, I believe you got to play 3 years minimum, or 3 years removed from high school. So because of that, he gets to keep his players around. He keeps to build them, and he builds them up, and they win championships as a result of it. On the other hand, Calipari, one and done. I mean, they just come there because they can't go straight to the pros. He wins one championship out of the great run he's had, and all the players he sent to the NBA, some of your top players in the NBA, has come through the hands. of Calipari. Whether it's the big men, Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Karl Anthony Towns, whether it's point guards, John Wall, Derrick Rose, Brandon Knight, Bledsoe, I'm missing people. Big man like Julius Randle, Enes Kanter, shooting guards like Jamal Murray, who to me is a Rookie of the Year candidate, Devin Booker. I mean, this is just to name a few. He has quite a few players in the league that are making a name for themselves. And just like Nick Saban, he has quite a few players in the league making a name for themselves. And a little difference with Nick Saban's players is that when they leave his program, they're mature, their body is right, their game is right, and for the most part, they do well in the NFL. A couple of busts here and there. Not everybody can make it and be successful. They shine on the college level because, I mean, you got 5-star talent at every position on that team. So, I mean, the team is dominated by 5-star talent. So, if you're not, you could be hidden. You don't affect the program. So, and to Nick Saban's credit, he's got a quarterback now. To me, this might be the biggest difference in this year's team. He has a quarterback. He has a quarterback that has a chance to play on Sundays, and he hasn't sent a quarterback to the league that had a chance to play every Sunday, and this might be the first one. And if they are able to win a championship, I think it's going to come down to the quarterback play because he finally have a quarterback that has an opportunity to play on Sunday. So you have that, and then on Monday night. I'm curious to see because I was lobbying for Penn State to get into the top 4, being that they were the Big Ten champion. But they play Monday night against USC. I think that would be a very good matchup for them. I think that Penn State features a lot of talent that will play football on Sundays. I just want to see how they respond to not making it to the Big Four. In fact, they have a lot of players that's going to return next year. That's a very young team and an upcoming team. A win Monday night against USC. And even though this ain't the glory days of the USC, nonetheless, it's USC. And it's going to be a big stage. It's Monday night. And, if it comes after, it comes after the Final Four. So they still get a spotlight. January 2nd, a win like this to just continue to let the college world know that this Penn State is for real. And they're going to be around next year. I think they're going to be tough in that Big Ten. And Ohio State and Michigan is going to need to watch out for them. Yeah, Penn State is for real. So a lot of college football coming up this weekend, starting with today and finishing on Monday. And then also on Sunday, you got all the NFL games and some for the marbles. Especially Detroit and Green Bay. You can't ask for nothing better than that. It's all or nothing. Final game of the season. 2 division foes. What more can you ask? Detroit and Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers makes the commitment. We'll never lose again, and he's backing it up. He's backing it up so much that he's gotten his way into the talks of the MVP. I don't think he deserves it. He hasn't done it all year. When you have some players that does it all year, this has been an ongoing topic on the job for me and a couple of peers. Listen, I understand what everybody says. He doesn't have the numbers. And they're talking about Dak Prescott. Let me give you the numbers that I think matters the most. They talk about, he wouldn't be doing this if they didn't have the offensive line. Okay. 2 seasons ago, DeMarco Murray, he led the league in rushing behind that line. Last year, Romo goes out. They had quite a few quarterbacks playing behind that same line. Couldn't get the job done. They did so poorly, they were in a position to have the number 5 pick in the draft. That's how poorly they did. behind that great offensive line that everyone thinks that anybody could get behind there, take a snap, and win football games. No, if that was the case, they would have won games last year. They would have won games last year. Same scenario. Romo gets hurt. A fourth-round rookie comes in there, Dak Prescott. I don't care if he ain't got the numbers like all these other quarterbacks have. But what he did was get behind that same line that a bunch of quarterbacks last year could not do anything with. Could not do anything with. And going into week 17, it's leading this team to a 13-2 record. So you go from a 3-4 win team to a 13-win team. That's the quarterback. Yeah, I know Elliott is back there. But it's the quarterback. The quarterback comes before everybody else. The quarterback gets to shine. Listen, everybody talks about Joe Montana. Joe Montana being perhaps the best quarterback to ever play the game. Okay, I understand that. He had Jerry Rice. Who made who? He had Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is probably arguably the best wide receiver to play the game. But whenever you talk about who's the best player in the game after Jim Brown, it always seems to be Joe Montana to play the game. The quarterback comes first. By the way, best player to ever play the game to me in my mind was Lawrence Taylor. Hands down. Lawrence Taylor, just for the record. But what I'm saying to you is this. Joe Montana comes before Jerry Rice. And it should be no different with Dak coming before Elliott. Again, they were a 3-4 win team last year. They're 13-2 going into week 17. With a chance to be 14-2. That's quarterback. That's an MVP. That's most valuable player to their team. Brady goes out for 4 games, they go 3-1. Is he really valuable to the team? Don't get me wrong, I think Brady's the best quarterback to ever play the game. But we've shown that New England wins without Brady. They were 11-5 one year when he went down for the whole season. They're 3-1 without him this year. Now you want to make a case? Matt Ryan? Sure. Derek Carr? Sure. But Dak Prescott, and no doubt in my mind, should be MVP. And to see him 8th on the list is absolutely, in the famous words of Mike Tyson, ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. Let me tell you another thing. Not only is he worrying about the opposing defense, this guy has suited up every game, taking every snap with Jerry Jones on one shoulder behind him and Romo on the other. A 3-game interception, he's not starting the next game. A 2-game interception in the first half, he's not coming out the second half. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to the Super Bowl and he doesn't play every down and Romo gets snaps. That's how bad and as much pressure he has had to face, not only from the opposing team's defense, but also from his own management, from the guy who writes his check. And all he does is continue to perform on a high level. And every time a next team come up that's supposed to be tougher and this and that, all he does is continue to excel. Yeah, he had one bad game against the Giants. The game before that, he was a little shaky. I think it was the Minnesota game. Outside of that, phenomenal performances. There's no doubt in my mind, this guy should be the league's MVP. Those who are not voting for him, I don't know why. The quarterback job of the Dallas Cowboys is probably the second biggest job in America behind the President of the United States. No doubt in my mind, this 4th-round quarterback, 8th chosen in the draft last year, is 13-2. Listen, he's thrown 3 interceptions the whole season. 3. This is a rookie, and he can't get consideration? He can't get the nod? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Dallas wins 3-4 games last year. They're on the verge of maybe possibly 14-2. Worst case scenario, 13-3. Home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The Super Bowl is going through Jerry's world. And he's not an MVP candidate, or he's not a top MVP candidate? Please. Please. And this is a rookie? Please. May just win the Super Bowl? And you're going to tell me, oh, he's got the offensive line. Yeah, well, guess what? Cowboys had that same offensive line last year. What happened? Then they go to the playoffs. They was top 5 pick in the draft, and they did not trade up. Dak for MVP. Dak for MVP. Yeah, Matt Ryan's had a great season. There's no denying that. Derek Carr, unfortunately, he went down. Had a tremendous season. Brady comes in, who doesn't even look like he missed the first 4 games. Tremendous season. Matthew Stafford, tremendous season until he ran into Dallas and the Giants. Tremendous season. Aaron Rodgers coming on late. Tremendous effort. Not season. Tremendous effort. Dak Prescott has been doing it from day one. And they should have won the first game of the season. And if that's the case, we're talking about a team 14-1. If Des Bryant doesn't drop that ball, or Terrence Williams doesn't get a chance to run out of bounds instead of just trying to run a field and put the field goal kicker in a position who's darn near automatic to win the game, we're having a different conversation. Dak for president. Dak for MVP. Dak for MVP. Hands down. Moving along, let's go to the NBA. Quiet night last night. Was an exciting game on TNT last night, though. I got to give credit. Looks like LeBron and company was just going to blow Boston out. But is there a coach in the league that get more from their players than Brad Stevens? I talk about this all the time. This guy just a flat-out coach. He can coach. He's a great motivator. Man, I'm sorry. I just can't say enough about this guy. You're watching the game last night, just as you want to turn it off, all of a sudden you see Boston chipping away, and they put themselves in a position to win the game. But, you know, sometimes when you're down like by 20 and you do get it down to like 2, 3, 1, whatever, sometimes you just spend so much gas that you don't have enough left in the tank to close it out. And that might have been what just happened here. Let's hope Kyrie Irving is not seriously hurt. Looked like his hamstring tightened up on him. But Cleveland's big 3 came up big. I mean, they had some numbers last night. They came up big. And you know my motto. Stars need to play like stars when stars need to be stars. And Cleveland stars played like stars. Yeah, LeBron talking about he gives himself an F well, if you want to give yourself an F, give it for missing that free throw in the final seconds, in the closing minute, I should say. But he finished with 23 and 11. 23 points, 11 assists. Kyrie Irving had 32 points and 12 assists. Kevin Love had 30 points and 15 rebounds. 15 rebounds. 15 rebounds. Here's the problem Boston had. Al Horford, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 block shots. 6 points, 4 rebounds. Amir Johnson, 0 points, a handful of rebounds. That's not going to get it done from your big guys up front. Jay Crowder, who you don't expect to do too much, he hit a crucial 3. He's been doing that lately. He had 13 points. You can live with that. Al Horford, your big acquisition over the summer, in a game like this, he's no stranger to LeBron. He's got to come up big. He's got to come up big. That's a lackluster effort. That's one that your teammates have rights to be upset about. You cannot be dominated by Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love. You got to come up big. Isaiah Thomas did what he can. 31 points and 9 assists. Avery Bradley, whose offense is getting better and better right before our eyes, he had 23 points. Marcus Smart, let me tell you something. His numbers don't usually come up in a box score. And what he does doesn't really show in a box score. But what a tremendous effort that he put forth last night. What a tremendous effort. He's usually guarding bigger players. He's as strong as anybody. I mean, he would make an excellent cornerback out there. But what a game by Boston to come back to only lose. But still, great effort. The nightcap game was followed by Dallas upsetting the Lakers. The Lakers got to get it together. They could start talking about maybe possibly trading some assets to see if they can get some first-round picks. But Dallas came back to beat them and to close out. So I'm going to close with that. There'll be 10 NBA games on tonight. Of course, the Knicks is playing. They're on the road against New Orleans. That should be fun. Anthony Davis has been on a tear. Hopefully they can contain him. Maybe him and KP will have a nice little battle. Hopefully Melo will keep his head and be in the game. You know, he could do this when he hits 3, but he needs to keep his head together before he shoots his next 3. You know, we need him for the duration. All right? So I'm going to close with that. Again, I just want to repeat, I want to thank y'all for your love and support. But again, please be safe on this holiday weekend. And I'll talk to you on 24. Peace and blessings. Y'all be good. This is Chopping It Up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat.